Between these iconic hedges, the field for some of college. This is not your run-of-the-mill regular season game. Instead, it is a top 10 clash. One team hoping to make a giant statement. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Longhorns will kick it away first. Fielded in the end zone. It's Bell. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. On first down, here comes this offense. On the run, it's ETN.
Talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. The Bulldogs are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks.
Well, it's an electrifying run. You think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker and his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same time. I bet this guy could have gotten to that rotation, though, because he's got those types of skills.
Looking for a man. It's Beck. Fires to the big fella.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got a man. It's Bell. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's going to pass.
Man, what a great play by that cornerback. There's so much space out here in football, the way they spread you out, but to be able to break on the football when it's thrown on those quick passes like that, nice job by the cornerback.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Defense playing a bail technique. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Catch in the middle, it's Bell. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
And I love when you understand when I'm supposed to put some RPMs on that football. You could tell he's thrown over the middle of the field. He knows he's got defenders there. I got to throw this thing in there quick, fast, in a hurry. Nice job by the quarterback.
Back to throw, it's Beck. Fires to the wideout. And that one's incomplete.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
This offense wants to get out of the gate fast on their first drive of the game, plus territory. They'll go for it on 4th down. And it's swatted away a turnover on downs.
And listen, I have no problem being aggressive on fourth down, but the consequences of that, now you got to have your defense go bail you out. So you started the game trying to be aggressive. Well, defense, you got to get my back now.
On the ground, it's Blue.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They go to the ground. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Powers through the defender.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more, but sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On second down, he's looking downfield. Oh, it goes right through his hands. They had everything set up on the screen except the catch. It'll be third down.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that.
The sure hands, it's Moore. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. And the Longhorns have this offense rolling. Leads it with the back. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
On the run, it's Blue. Productive 4-yard gain there on the ground as he gets it down to the 31.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited. The fans aren't going crazy. But those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout so you get tired and get worn down in the fourth quarter.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and they're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
Running back searching for a hole. They get him on the ground with this running game imposing its will. 6-yard gain down to the 17. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. They'll line up for a second down play. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's held. Touchdown, Longhorn! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Looking to throw, it's back. Got him downfield. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. The Dogs want to move quickly. Defense not showing press coverage. Coming after him. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. Second down coming up. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. It's caught downfield. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He'll be stopped short, picks up one, but they're facing 4th and 1. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Maybe a little long for a field goal, definitely too short to punt. Not much of a choice here as they'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to stop this drive.
Well, that play never had a chance on 4th down. They're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on 4th.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Fires to the middle. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Finds his man. It's Golden. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
When on that outbreaking route, really it's designed for the receiver to make the catch before falling out of bounds. Nice timing and anticipation by the quarterback on that play.
On third, run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively, you've got to be good on third down and in the red zone. For this defense giving up a third down like that, that is just a gut punch.
The Longhorns with the 1st and 10. Now from inside the red zone. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
How many first downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something to change this.
To throw, it's Manning trying to get to him. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Texas! Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Etienne. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice? Lets it fly. Makes the grab. Gets the foot down. Just precision execution on that big play.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And the pass is complete. He's got it at the 20. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And holding on to a first-half lead, this offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to the locker room. No surprise, looks as if they'll be content just to head to the locker room. Ready to get things going here in the second half as Georgia about to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Golden. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. Starting this third quarter on the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, they're trying to get that run play going to the outside, but it's the defensive end who does a great job winning his one-on-one and forcing the negative play.
On the move, it's Blue. Open space at the 25. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down. The Longhorns headed quickly to the line.
Hey, listen, explosive plays comes in all different shapes and sizes. That time, they attack the outside to the left on the ground, and that is a momentum-shifting play.
They know they have a huge advantage there. I expect them to go right back to it.
And what do you do now if you're on defense? You got to be expecting that they're going to try and tack that side of the field, maybe in the same way, maybe on this next play right here.
They'll give it to the back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
They'll run play action. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
And he was virtually unblockable on that play. You know, it reminds me of seeing the highlights of my partner here, David Pollock, a guy that doesn't like to talk about his own greatness, so I'll do it for him. David raised the bar in the standard for D-line play.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. And the Longhorns will call on their punt team. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Makes a move. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Using his legs, it's ETN. Shakes off the defender. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks for the first down.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the middle. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Great job on the back end in coverage. DB staying in the hip pocket of the target and was able to swat that ball away.
Maybe a little frustrated after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10 from the 38. Here's the handoff. Across the 25, he's got room. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Georgia coming out with the fresh and a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Ooh, quarterback lucky that one wasn't picked. You got to be really careful down here in the red zone because these windows are small and defenders close on the ball. That one should have been an INT.
Looking to throw, it's back. He looks that one in nicely. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the 3rd quarter. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. To the air on first down. Unleashes to the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
The aerial assault continues. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Georgia. It's as if every play call with this guy, you've got the play that's called, and if that doesn't work, something that might even be more dangerous.
How nice is that as an offensive coordinator, right, Reese? You know that even if what you called isn't exactly going to work, this guy can just pull a rabbit out of the hat. He can go backyard football and just take off. Man, this guy is fun to watch.
Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Here comes the Texas offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The give to the left. Got room at the 35. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. Now he's looking to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Moore. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, whether it's play calling or whether it's the quarterback's decision-making, they're playing it way too safe. They can't dink and dunk and win this game. At this point, you've got to take shots.
And it's incomplete on 3rd down. A tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab well past the sticks. Tackled, but he has a 1st down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the 1st down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is, too. Where is he trying to...
Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge in a tie game. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. The pressure was rising, drama just encapsulating this entire stadium, and the defense comes up with that pick.
Yeah, so the quarterback, he's got to be able to handle this situation. Obviously, everything gets elevated. Everything has to happen a split second sooner. You feel the crowd noise. You can feel the energy, but you've got to keep your poise. You just wonder in this juncture of the game if the quarterback's starting to lose his cool.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Beck. Gets it out quickly. And this one will be stopped for no gain. We've got a timeout on the field, and we are set up for a terrific finish.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Caught near the sticks. It's Lovett. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. DBs will try to keep everything in front. They'll throw it on 1st down, using the quick game. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the 4th quarter, you've got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
Oh, look out. Got some room in into the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead.
Man, these ball carriers, they've got a lot of ability in the open field. Their ability to make people miss, but also show off the speed. You saw all of that on that play.
They'll need to be very sound here. Limit this return and put this game in the hands of their defense to salt it away. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I'll watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that.
And that pass intercepted. Got room on the return. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Big-time players make good-time plays in big-time games. Great job by the defense. Not closing the door completely, but stopping the momentum of the game when you already got a lead. Nice job, D.
Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Wants to throw. It's back. Deep shot for the end zone. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And he's brought down after the interception, and that's how they'll end it. You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help? But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot of different statistics, and I know we tend to overcomplicate college football these days, but guys, at the end of the day, it comes down to 2 very simple things. You can't turn the ball over, and you can't have penalties. You do those things, David, and it'll beat you every time.
That's the difference between winning and losing. It's the small things, but find those things that you need to improve on. Keep working on them. Keep developing. Those things you do well, dude, let's do those. Let's do more of those things more consistently.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football. Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Titletown, some call it, a moniker that many claim, but this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Texas Longhorns, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Fielded in the end zone, it's Bolden. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Blue. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Dances away from one. Dragged down after a pickup of 5 out to the 35.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
It's not a great feeling on defense, too. When you're blitzing, you're expecting to get a sack. You're expecting to get a hit on the quarterback. If the offensive line and running backs pick it up, because now you have one less guy in the back end trying to cover all these receivers and tight ends, and you know you're in trouble.
Looking to buy time. Trying to make magic with his feet. At the 40, there he goes. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
The give on the inside. Here it is trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
And that third down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on fourth down. And the incomplete pass turns the ball over on downs.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they're aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on fourth down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
The offense lining up for a first down play. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the grab, it's Adams. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. These corners backing off a bit. That throw might have been a little too hot. He couldn't haul it inbound.
Tell you what, that was a lightning-fast decision.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. After the misconnection, it's second down. They'll go to the ground. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. How aggressive might this play call be on 30 short from the 46? Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. They will score. Touchdown time.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good... That's why they got 6 on that play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Bolden. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Final play of the quarter coming. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. Back to throw, it's Ewers. Finds his tight end. Wrestled down at the 32 after a pickup of 5.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in passing game.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Leaves it with the back. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Longhorns have it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. The give to the back. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Bevo is a ground-based animal, and he has to like what he's seeing right now from this running game.
Yeah, the beef up front doing their job, creating some holes, making some alleys, get those running backs. I think Texas, when you can pound the rock and you can use your big guys up front, you can win a lot of football games.
Just inside the 35, 1st and 10 from the 34. Makes the catch. It's Moore. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this first down.
Looking to pass. It's Ewers. Pressure coming. Gonna try to get it himself. Got enough space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorns!
talk about calling a pretty good defense you feel good about, and you take away the pass, and what does the quarterback do? He pulls it down and just shows the speed, basically becomes a running back, takes it all the way to the house, and makes your defense look silly.
Ready to try the point after. Bangs it through for an extra point. They go 83 yards on the drive, and the house call coming on the run from the 23. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes that Alabama offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Man, that's so frustrating, and it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
He wants to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. The junior quarterback frustrated with himself after throwing it behind his man.
My old coach always used to say, don't turn a bad play into a catastrophe. He got flushed outside the pocket. Listen, it's okay. You can throw an incompletion. Don't create a turnover. Don't try to force it. At least the quarterback took care of the football.
The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Line gets set, first down. He's looking to throw it. Going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Hey, when you speed quarterbacks up like this, when you hurry their thought process, they're going to make mistakes. That was a mistake there. Throwing into double coverage, obviously not something you want to do. Could have been worse. Nice job by the defense.
Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
Looking to throw, it's Milroe. Setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there, and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. This defense will try to keep everything in front. On third down, going up top. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Well, on third and short in field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progression.
Lined up. It's a fake. The kicker wants to throw it. And he catches it. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. And back to the air on second down. He makes a grab. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. One more snap coming before halftime. He's looking to throw. Moves away as he feels pressure. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Alabama!
And how about the aggressiveness? This coach says, I'm going for it. We're going to put 6 on the board, time ticking down, maybe be a little bit more conservative. I love the way they put the hammer down. Now they have the lead going into the half, an extra point away from a 7-point lead.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts that they will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there getting set. On the run from inside his own 5. Slips through the line. He found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. Offense in a split backfield. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Every good quarterback is first a game manager. At Alabama, that used to be sort of a label of derision, but now they're not only that, they're playmakers.
Yeah, and it's what they used to ask them to do. Like they were very comfortable handing the ball off, running the ball, controlling the clock, trying to keep your defense fresh. Nah, if you can't score points now, if you can't get first downs and go get me touchdowns, you're not going to be on the field.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. The DBs will back off a bit. The play action fake. Grab near the marker. It's Williams. They make the stop, but the sweet flowing catch is plenty to give them a first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, the receiver was double covered on that play, and I don't know if the decision by the QB had to do with the pressure. Because he was hurried, he just had to get rid of that faster than he wanted to. He's lucky he didn't come away with an interception.
Back to pass, it's Milroe. They're bringing heat. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Well, this is huge for this defense because they're playing against a Heisman-caliber quarterback, a guy that can hurt them in a variety of ways. They better be able to get pressure on him throughout the course of this game. They did right there.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. A little screen to the running back. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Blasted as he lets it go. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
And just got enough of the football there by the defender, breaking on the football, getting his hand on it. He couldn't bat it down, but he got a fingertip on it, tipped that thing away from the receiver, made the big play, saving the touchdown.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. He's got it on the move. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Quarterback keeps it. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. So you really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
And that was a nice second down run and setting up 3rd and inches. And now it's physical time, right? Like, they know you might run the football. You know you probably want to run the football. How can you be more physical? Sometimes bring some extra.
Quarterback sneak for the touchdown.
Well, you tried on 1st and 2nd and you couldn't pay it off, so let's not overthink it. Let's just go quarterback sneak. Let's just let our guy get low, pick the side he wants to run to, drive his legs in for the touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. Dropping back, oh, now the kicker's going to throw it. He makes the catch in the end zone, and that trickery works to perfection for the 2. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Coming out with it, it's Golden. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that dude. They score here. We're in for a ball game.
With the catch, it's Moore. Pulled down for the tackle.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You could tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
Finds the tight end. Still on his feet at the 45. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Moore. Oh, big juke to get past. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
How crazy is it that one of the best receivers in all of college football just made his first catch in this big of a game? You've got to give the defense tons of credit. They've had a plan for him. They've limited him, and that's why they're going to win.
Defense there to stop him after a pickup of 2 down to the 15. after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking for a man. It's Ewers. Can't make the catch, and it'll be 3rd down. He had that thing and just lost his concentration.
They're trying to get the receiver on a drag route and work him through all the bodies in traffic, but there's just too much happening. I don't think he saw the throw real well, and it falls incomplete.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires and picked off. Taking it the other way. And a big return